The Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch. You could say Switcher 3, like nobody's ever done that joke.
Literally no one in the entire internet has ever made that
Even
joke.
CDPR made that joke on their website. But moving on, my name's Gareth Evans. I'm joined here by Mr. Henry Cooper. This is the third installment of our E3 special week. And today we're going to be talking about The Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch. One of the, as people say, one of the best games of all time, The Witcher 3. Now, first question, how is this even possible, Henry? Nobody believed it. How are they doing
I'm not sure I believe it. It leaked a little while ago that, The Witcher 3 might be coming to the Switch, and we were like, that sounds amazing, but
nobody believes it.
How is it possible? But somehow it's happening.
Well, yeah. I mean, they've been talking about it on Twitter, and the Witcher account has said that it will run at 540p in handheld and 720 on the screen. Now, first thoughts are that I can already hear the internet elitists on Reddit twitching and frothing at the mouth at the thought of this, with The Witcher 3 in 540p, without mods, without anything. But this is only a small screen you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's only a small screen. It's not a huge 4K screen, so it's not going to look.
Yeah, you're not going to notice the flaws quite so much because it is so small. But I think, obviously, we'd all like high resolution, but if you want the high resolution, play the PC version at max settings and really go to town on it.
Yeah.
This is an extra option.
Snobs.
Yeah.
Stop dissing things. If you've already got your 4K PC version, you can do whatever you want with that.
Stick your PC in your backpack and take it on the go. Oh, wait, you can't, because the Switch is doing it, and you're going to have to sacrifice the quality. I think it still looks like fine.
Yeah.
Like, you look at it and it's like, it's a bit gross, but
that footage from the trailer is captured on the Switch.
Yes.
It doesn't look that bad, really.
No, not. It's when you compare the two, you're like, okay, the textures are a bit weird.
Of course, when you compare it, but for me, it's always been about gameplay, right?
Yeah, exactly, and it really doesn't matter. And the game, it was one of the best looking games around, still is, to be honest.
Yeah. So
a downgrade still makes it look so much better than a lot of games that still come out.
True. How will the game play? That is the question. So long as it plays well, it'll be fine. They ported Skyrim over on the Switch, and we were dubious about that. It turned out it was pretty damn good, and I played the Skyrim on the Switch more than I played the Skyrim on the PC eventually, because of its portability and how easy and good it was to play. If they do that, and that's what they're aiming for here with the Switch version of The Witcher 3, it can only be good, right?
Yeah, you can just sit on the sofa. That's my main thing, because I'll be playing video games on the TV, and then my girlfriend will be watching some like Bake Off or something on the computer next to me on the laptop, and I'm like, well, I feel like we're not really together, so if I can just she can take the big TV and I'll take the little thing, I'll just put my feet up and it'll be great. It's a bit more social, a bit more convenient.
Aren't shows like Bake Off the reason why mobile games exist?
Yes, I think so.
Because we're trying not to watch the shit that our girlfriends are watching.
Because I'm not watching it, I'm going to go play God of War again.
Anyway,
speaking of Skyrim there, we reckon this could very, very easily become the new Skyrim, in that it's just going to be ported to everything and it will never go away. And that's not a problem, because I much prefer The Witcher 3 to Skyrim, personally.
That's true. And how many different consoles or platforms have people bought it on already? Because I know I've bought it on the Xbox and I have PC, and now I'm going to get it on the Switch as well. That's my third copy of the game, and I have to admit I've never completed it once. But that just goes to show the faith that I've got in this, and I think that given a more portable handheld version of it like this, I'm probably more likely to finish it this time around, that's for sure.
I mean, I finished it, I've played it through once and I really enjoyed it, but my god, it's such a big game, I can't bring myself to do it all over again on my PlayStation again. But if it's on Switch, I can do a little bit at a time, every so often. That being said, I still haven't finished Breath of the Wild, and that's a huge game.
Yeah, that's true. And talking of finishing it, how big is it going to be? They say that it comes as a complete edition. It's like the Game of the Year, or whatever you want to call it. It comes with the 2 expansions, Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone, obviously.
We definitely didn't just look that up.
It comes with those, and the 16 DLC as part of the package on the one cartridge. Apparently, the Twitter account also confirmed that it all comes on a 32 gigabytes cartridge for the Switch. How is that even possible?
They are really pushing this system to its absolute limit.
So that, technological feats in themselves, apparently this has been achieved not by CD Projekt Red, by Saber Interactive, who are porting this version to the Switch. They recently made World War Z and are doing Ghostbusters the video game remaster. So from all appearances, it looks great. It sounds like it's going to be good. You can only assume that it's going to be the highest quality because that's what we come to expect from CD Projekt Red. So it's obviously got to go through them. It's not as the Saber Interactive aren't just going to release this without the authorization of CD Projekt Red.
CDPR make it clear on Twitter that they are in close cooperation, and that doesn't really necessarily mean anything, but it means that they're doing this because we're telling them to, we're giving them permission, so we're in charge. But I think as well, this is even more evidence of why CDPR are the best, because not only are we getting more Witcher, which is great, but as we commented on earlier in the week about the Cyberpunk Standard Edition coming with a bunch of extra physical treats that you can get, when they re-release this for the Switch sometime this year, when it eventually comes out, it comes with, as we said, the game itself and all the expansions and stuff, but you also get stickers, a map, and the Witcher Universe Compendium. So it's a proper little set of stuff in just the standard boxed edition. It's great.
Yeah, that is amazing. Then it's just great. I mean, you don't get that these days. You don't get that anymore. You used to get that all the time. You used to always get a map in your games and a booklet and some other things sometimes, but this, I don't know, it's just retaining that high quality standard that as older gamers are accustomed to, and I think that they're doing a great thing here. We don't have a release date for it yet, although it definitely is coming in 2019, which is already exciting. So there's only six months left.
Yeah,
so 6 months has to be sometime. So there must be close to completion.
Yeah, and I was trying to think about when could it come out if there's kind of an anniversary or something, but I couldn't really think of one because The Witcher 3's original release date's already been and gone, which was in May. So I don't really know when they'll release it, but I'd probably say maybe September, October, November.
Yeah, it's a jam-packed next 6 months. There's a lot of games coming out, a lot of exciting games, and it's going to be interesting to see where they try and slot it in. And I think that's the reason sometimes why they take the time about exactly when they're going to release, because they want to try and avoid similar type games where the player bases overlap, that's for sure. Now, I hope in my heart, I know it wasn't mentioned yesterday in Nintendo Direct, but I hope somewhere along the line in the next few months we're going to get an announcement for some sort of hardware update for the Nintendo Switch, because that in itself would make this a more enticing proposition if you've got a better hardware to be able to play the game. So it has been rumored for a while that there are updated Switches coming, they're in the pipeline, but no news on it yet. And like I said, it wasn't mentioned yesterday, so it can't be soon, but hopefully they do, because I would be first on that. And I think you think about how many new people will be coming to the Switch with the proposition of playing The Witcher 3 on the go, on the toilet, in the bath like The Witcher, or riding a unicorn, wherever you want to, wherever you want to play it, in the airport, on an airplane, in the car, whatever. I mean, I'll be playing it as much as possible. How many new people are going to be buying the Switch just to play The Witcher 3? Nintendo have got to be thinking about that. It's one of the best games ever, right? It'd be good time to release new hardware.
And speaking of unicorns there's an interesting question about Nintendo's kind of ideas and policies on adult content and stuff, and if you're not aware, there's a rather intimate scene with a suggestive wink towards a unicorn at one point in The Witcher 3. So there's a question of whether or not Nintendo have been trying to maybe censor them or something like that, and tell them maybe don't do this sort of thing or turn down the blood or whatnot. I reckon CD Projekt are keen to keep it as is because they like making adult games for adults. Tits, blood, swearing. It's what we need.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Mario's for Mario. Leave the sex in The Witcher.
But if I can have Witcher sex wearing Mario's dungarees, then I'll be
each to their own.
Happy. Game of the year.
So, can we expect to see Geralt in Smash? Would you like that?
I mean,
you're a Smash player.
I'd like it a lot. I think it would be great, and gameplay wise, he'd fit in really well. But again, he's a bit too grisly and grown up for the likes of most Smash characters. It's not entirely true, because they've got characters like Snake, who's again, he's a bit more of a realistic not quite macho, but kind of more adult character. But Metal Gear's massively goofy and crazy, so that's why he fits in well. But Geralt's a bit more serious, so I don't know if he'd be on their roster.
Well, they did announce Banjo in Smash yesterday, didn't they?
Banjo.
Did you see the video of everyone screaming, going wild when they announced it?
And when I saw it, I just thought, I don't really care.
You know that meme with all the question marks above the guy's head, and he's like, what? That was me. That was my face when I saw that. I was like, what? Banjo? Smash? I don't know.
I'd rather have Geralt in Smash.
I'm more likely to be cheering. I mean, I don't play Smash, but anyway.
It'd be a question of whether or not this is a reason to buy a Switch for you, if you're as viewers, if you don't already have one. Like, is this the one to bring you in? Because this is a full-on AAA game. I mean, yes, it's a port, but it's, a port of one of the best games ever made. And one thing Switch owners are always clamoring for is more high-end AAA high-budget games.
Yeah.
Because they've got loads of good indie stuff and smaller scale artistic-y things. Artistic-y, excellent word there. But something of a more high-budget, high-production value scale, and this is definitely it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is definitely something that resonates with me, because one of the best games that I played on the Switch is Skyrim, and it's that deep, immersive, third-person RPG game that I'm always searching for and trying to filter through on the Nintendo Switch store to see if they've come out with anything. RPGs just in general as well. But there's just not enough of these types of games. I want more AAA games. I want more RPGs on the platform, because I think it's a great fit for me, and it works really well. As soon as they announced The Witcher 3, although I'm not the biggest fan of The Witcher, it was an instant, yes, this is exactly what I need on my Switch. Although, I've not put the time in, I've not had the patience to sit through it in the past, I certainly will have the time and the patience to sit through it playing on the Switch because of the portability factor, just because it's going to be easier to get through it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it just fits in so well with what the Switch is, for being, if you're doing an RPG all about being out in the world and having an adventure. Being The Witcher, what you do is you go from town to town, you kill monsters, moving from place to place all the time. You're a drifter, and I think the Switch is a great opportunity for that, because obviously you can take it outside and actually do the Witcher thing in the real world. It kind of works in a weird, almost poetic way, I think.
And there's the question. The final question is just like how exactly is it gonna run? Like, what's the gameplay gonna be like? Is it gonna? We haven't seen any gameplay yet, so that is still up in the air. And hopefully we're gonna see that soon. Like we said, we've got no date for that coming up. But these are just a collection of our thoughts on the exciting prospect of playing The Witcher on the go. So let us know what you think of anything that we've covered today. Any thoughts of your own? Leave them down in the comments of this video. Thanks for watching our E3 special week. If you want to be notified when we release our next video, hit the bell below this video, hit the like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you are new around here. If you want to support our content, head over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming, and we will see you next time.